Hello, everyone. This is Spidey Smith, and welcome to my brand new podcast, In the Trenches. I am a director and a photographer of 30 plus years. I have had the pleasure of working with a bevy of artists from all genres, dating all the way back to my 19-year-old self when I worked on Bone Thugs and Harmony. I had a nice stint in hip-hop working with Exhibit, Cypress Hill, Eminem. That moved into the pop-punk era where I had great success with Good Charlotte and Simple Plan, directing videos. I'm Just a Kid, If You Only Knew, for Simple Plan, or for Good Charlotte, it would be Girls and Boys, The Anthem, Predictable. Other videos for The Used, Story of the Year, Bowling for Soup. 1985 was a fun. From there, I obviously moved into a lot of modern rock with Breakin' Benjamin, Shinedown, Three Doors Down. And of course, now I live in Nashville, Tennessee, where I work with a lot of country superstars from Morgan Wallen, Hardy, Bailey Zimmerman, Jason Aldean, Jay Gowen, Florida Georgia Line. I've done 14 music videos for Yellow Wolf and 4 album covers for him. I've had a wonderful ride, and I continue to still do so. But one thing seems to be missing from what I'm trying to get out of this career. And lately, it feels like I'm missing the team, the camaraderie, the connection to other filmmakers, to other artists. There's so much more I want to know. Like back in the day, in the early 2000s, we would go to a production company and have bullpens full of people and different directors and DPs. It was insanely fun. You'd be hanging out and going to lunch, getting ideas, bouncing off this and that. And, you know, and with the technology of things and internet and such, we have become more isolated. We get pin dropped a location where before we would get in a pass van and 15 deep and we would go. You know, but we'd first meet at the production company and have lunch as a team. You know, now we don't do so as much. And I miss that. And I've been trying to figure out, how can I get this feeling? Miraculously, I was on a photo assignment for almost 3 weeks in Bali, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand. 2 days into this 16, 17-day trip, my phone falls into a pool. Well, the day after, it completely doesn't work. The screen is green. Emails lock out because they want authentication from each other. And the world as I know it is disconnected. It was a panic at first, but it was a beautiful thing in the end. I had time. I had a lot of quality, silent time to have my eyes open. It was peaceful. I didn't have the noise in my finger at the palm of my hand. And I really do believe that's when I came up with this podcast. So 7 days ago when I landed in Houston, I called my producer, Troy. I'm like, yo, Troy, we got to do a podcast. So here we are in my house, in my office where I do all my work, and we are bringing this to you. We're going to be filming episodes with guests at my house, guests who are artists that I've worked with, musical artists, to directors, to other photographers that inspire me, painters. What is their process? You know, artists, managers, reps, agents. Let's dive into this. If you're looking for a podcast about how to and comparing contrast between this camera and that camera, or film versus this isn't the one. This is the deep dive. This is In the Trenches. The reason I call it In the Trenches is because since the day I started this business, it's been a battlefield, and it continues to be one. A great battlefield, one that I'm still in. But there's a lot to unpack. There's a lot I want to talk about. There's a lot I want to know. This is for me, and I want you guys to come along for the ride. Okay, so we're going to be filming an episode 1 a week. We're going to be on Spotify. We're going to be on, our videos will be on YouTube. We are even on Patreon, where if you feel like donating this little engine that could, we really appreciate it. We got tons of episodes written. I had plenty of time to break down who I want as guests. So inspiring. I cannot wait to bring it to you. So with all that said, I'll see you on episode 1.